Hey, so I want to give this update. All right. So first of all, I've been out without a phone for like almost a month now. So I've had plenty of time to think, right? And something I was thinking about, right? Lex Wilson showed that video a long time ago of the divers diving in the ocean, and they hit a pocket of fresh water beneath all the salt water, right? So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about Arthur Scott Jr. He tried to he teaches me, and this dude's got patience, which really works for me because I'm telling you, it takes how long for me to finally connect the dots, right? So he was trying to get me to comprehend some of the important stuff from the Sumerian tablets, and I think I've clicked. Um, as I've been left to think, really, and not be for the last month, I was thinking about this, right? In the was it to the Muslims, they teach us about Shabazz, right? And him launching the rockets at the moon, causing the water from the moon to fall into Earth, right? And giving us more oceans than we ever had. And they, believe that since there's frozen water on the moon, frozen ice on the moon, is proving his story to be true. And I was thinking about something, right? Tiamat, right? The story of Tiamat, right? The frozen planet, Earth's second son, quote unquote, right? But it was a planet basically made of water, as the legends go, of salt water too. And where I learned that, you got to read, or you can listen to some of the recordings of the Persians versions. There's two of them on this planet Tiamat. They don't call it that; they call it something else. But they have their own legends about this planet that had life on it, and it was destroyed by invaders uh, chasing aliens through or creatures through space. Well, it's basically how the stories I interpret it that tried to hide on this planet. And and I was thinking about that, right? Because I've seen a video from Mexico where the reporters were reporting that there were saltwater fish falling from the sky. How do they explain it? How do you explain that? Where were these saltwater fish coming from? Then I thought about something too. I've seen the video where the Japanese, right, or the Chinese, they bring a frozen fish back to life. Now, if that out there is ice cold, right? You just based off of the movies, and I've never been to space, obviously, but based off the movies, if that up there is all ice cold, right? Were the Chinese really showing us something? If they're fish falling from the sky, right? How were they preserved this whole time? Then you think about the Van Allen belt, right? Not the Van Allen belt. What's it called? Not the Van Allen. The Milky Way. That's what it was. The Milky Way. Is it the remnants of that planet being destroyed? If the stories are true, because something was blown up for that to be left up there as debris. And like I said, I've always said this in the past when I'm talking to other people, that I don't feel like the surface of the earth is the same way it always has been. And I'm just going off, for instance, the sunken cities around Jamaica in the West Indies, right? With the pyramids that they found, that glow green and stuff like that, the statues that are there. You don't build that underwater, you know. Same thing around the island of Japan. You've seen the circle of women facing outwards, holding hands, that are clearly, women that of my nationality that are holding hands. You can tell by their noses, tell by their hair. Like they're protecting something in the middle of it. You don't build that underground. You don't build that underwater. You know, and the whole story about like out west. And Utah and Texas and places like that. That's not Texas. What was it? Arizona. I was thinking about, in Nevada. Some of that was all underwater. My very first job, working on a watermelon farm, right? in South Carolina. The guy had 188 acres of land. 10 acres he cleared off for his house and his in-laws' house. But the rest he turned into rows and rows and rows and rows of watermelon farming. And he was selling his research, the seedless watermelon he made that were purple, green on the inside, orange on the inside. He was selling his research to the University of Clemson. But it was just sand out there. And, it took me a while. One day I asked him, I said, where'd all this sand come from? Because up in South Carolina, if those of you live there, it's all red clay. It's granite rock. It's the quartz crystals. There's no sand out there unless you're near the beach. And this is like, in Anderson, this is out near, you're almost near the Georgia border there. So I couldn't figure that out. And he told me that to him, this is his proof there was a flood at one time. That all that land up there was all covered in water. So I think there might be something to the Tiamat, and that might be able to explain when Lex showed us that video of the divers diving in salt water and hitting a pocket of fresh water. There was something else I wanted to bring up. This is totally off topic. You ever see those videos where they're trying to explain the zodiacs, right? Washington, D.C. has 22 zodiacs built into it. You've seen the aerial shots over it. You've seen the library in what's that state? Utah, right? The library in Utah. It looks the map. Half of it looks like it's the Isle of Moloch and stuff like that. I know what that is. I believe I know what that is. Think about this, right? There was that video that this woman, she's explaining that she's a part of the president's family. They're part of a private secret bloodline, yada yada yada. How as a child, her and others these men would come and take them from their homes at night and train them in the things that they were going to do, and so on and so forth. And some would be the ones that speak out. Others would that wasn't what they were trained for. Stuff like that, right? Their programming. She starts explaining the part where they're in contact with the demons or the fallen angels, whatever, the ones that made her feel like she was in the presence of Jesus. That the United States was in contact with, was in Colorado or something like that, in underground, and these demons want to be released, right? And she starts explaining what the demons want and what they were trying to teach the people and what they've been teaching for a while. The whole boost in technology, right? And she starts explaining that the demons or the fallen angels, they want to be released, right? And to release them, you have to be able to create energy out of matter. And the way that they're teaching them to do that was in reverse. They had to show them how you get energy from matter, right? I hope I said that right. Like with the atom, right? They're taking matter and they're finding a way to draw energy from it. And now they have to do the reverse. They have to take energy and create matter to get these demons out, or them out of their prisons that they're in, right? So as they're breaking that down, the thing that they want in return, the demons, for the this technology that they're helping them and this information, they want blood. And it clicked, right? It clicked. How are you going to get that much blood to satisfy these things, right? How are you going to get blood and without us even paying attention, or the everyday public to know that your blood's coming up missing? How? You start thinking about when you're conjuring up a spirit, right? I've never had, but just the examples they show us of them. They always had to have a pentagram. They always had to have the 5-pointed star, all the different stuff, right? They got to do it under a certain moon, right? They got to do it at a certain time of the year for the certain god that they're trying to, invoke, right? Think about it. You get it? So if you build these cities, and in these cities you have layouts and these zodiac signs, right? All throughout these cities. When a person dies, when a person's murdered, throughout the year, right? It's a sacrifice all year long. The death of the people in these cities is a continual sacrifice without you even knowing it. When you die and you're in, Tampa, you die and you're in Tampa. Look at the zodiac signs that are around there. Look at the layout of the city. You're gonna find out when that person dies who their death is being accredited to throughout the year, right? What sign of the zodiac are you in? Get it? Like, it was there. How did I miss it for all these years? And that's I've told you. So sometimes people teach me stuff, and I'll click. A lot of times, like 80% of the times, it's a slow burn. Until I'm like, now I get it. And you gotta think about it too, because this is one thing that always bothered me. When you die, they clean out your organs, right? Or they clear out your organs, they clear out your blood. Your wife, your husband, your mom, your dad, they don't have access to it, because you're United States property. Where's that blood going? Well, you can say it towards the organ donating and stuff like that. What about the people that are not organ donors? What about people that are not blood donors and stuff like that? Where's all that going? Who's eating that in a ritual later on that night? You can't tell me the people that are dying, I don't know the exact number, but you can't tell me the people that die every single day, that everybody's getting a kidney, a liver, whatever, eyes, all that good stuff out of people dying every single day. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a waiting list. There wouldn't. So who's getting that? All these abortion clinics. Think about all the sacrifices that are being offered up every single day, every hour of the day for abortions. They're getting what they want, and I'm going on. I'm sorry. So I hope I hope other people see something in this. If not, it's all right. But that's just what my thoughts have been like this last month. So take care, everyone.